Okay, today we are going to do Around Us Class 2 EVS Term 1 Samacheer Kalvi 2026-27. Wonders of Nature, Light and Shadow. So in Wonders of Nature, we are going to look at shadow. What is a shadow? How does it change? So there's an activity given. Stand in the sunlight. Do you notice the dark shade? That is your shadow. So light forms shadow. Now this shadow copy game, Arun and Salim are playing in the sunlight. Arun does the action as shown. Salim watches only Arun's shadow and copies the movement. So you can also play this game with your friend. So observe and discuss why we sit under a tree. Here there are a lot of people and animal who are sitting under a tree. And why do we do that? Because the shadow of the tree gives us shade. Now looking at the picture, we have to write the actions of talking, playing, selling, sleeping. So the children are playing, old man sleeping, women talking, vendor selling. So name the animals in the picture. We have goat, cow, dogs, pigeons, crows. We are going to talk about air. How does sound reach you? So ask your friend to clap from one corner of the classroom. So can you hear the clap? Yes, we can hear. So why? Because air carries sounds, air moves things and air spreads smell. So here we need to circle all that make sound. Horn, rain, thunder, moving vehicle, crow, and a dog. So what are the kinds of wind? Breeze, strong wind, gale, storm. So think and write. So the first one is the breeze, second is the storm, strong wind, and the last one is the gale. Now look at the picture, write the type of wind. First is breeze, second is strong wind. Now we are going to talk about water. Where does our water come from? So the main source of water is rain. The rain collected in river, lake, dam and pond. And this water after the treatment goes to the overhead tank, and from there it is distributed to our houses. And the water comes to us through the tap, through the tanker, or we store it in the tank. At the same time we can get water from the well as well as borewell and hand pump. Rainwater goes down into the soil and well and borewells bring it up for our use. So water travels a long journey before it reaches our home. Now water sources, we have a flow chart here. Where does the water we use come from? From the rain, it goes to the river, underground water, lake, dam. Next we have well, borewell, tanker, overhead tank, tank and tap. So Mary says rain, then tap, then river, then overhead tank, which is wrong. We need to write it in the correct order. First comes the rain, then river, then overhead tank, and last the water comes through the tap. Safe drinking water. So here there is an activity. How does water come to your home? We need to tick. So we have ticked everything because each family may get water through different form. So what are the things that absorbs water? So when we add a little of water to these each items, uh, the water gets absorbed into the sponge, cloth. It doesn't get absorbed in stone, eraser. It absorbs into the tissue paper and brick, and it does not absorb into plastic pen and metal key. So we are going to move on to soil. What are the things made from soil? Bricks, tiles, pots, toys. Now we use soil to make these things like bricks, tiles, pots and toys. And soil also stores rainwater. So whenever it rains, the rainwater goes into the soil and it converts into the groundwater. And what do we see here in the picture? So the picture has a lot of unwanted things thrown into the pond. Now we are going to circle the things in the picture that make air, water and soil dirty. So lot of things which are making the air, water and soil dirty. So how do we keep the air, water and soil clean? If you see the picture, there is burning of trash. There are a lot of plastic bottles, plastic bags and banana peels thrown away. So we do not burn waste. We need to keep the air clean. Do not throw waste in the water. Keep the water clean. Use dustbins. Keep the land clean. So here we are going to move on to the animals around us. So how are the animals different from one another? Some live in the water, some live in both land and water. Some are very small, some fly in the sky, some live with us and around us, and some live in the forest. So what animals can you see in the pond and around the pond? So there are a lot of different kinds of fish in a sea, a river and pond. Now fins on the side and tail fins on the fish helps it swim. The tail fins helps the fish change the direction. And here we have already circled the animals which we can see in and around the pond. So water and land animals. Here two animals like frog and duck. They both live on the land as well as in the water. So the frog and the duck have webbed feet. Frog jumps and hops on the land. We are going to discuss about the small animals now. So here Balu's family is watching the small animals like honeybee, spider, butterfly, beetle, ladybug, housefly, grasshopper, ant, dragonfly, centipede, scorpion. Now, movement of small animals. Here we have earthworm and snail which have no legs, so they crawl and creep. We have scorpion and centipede which have only legs, so they walk. And here we have housefly, ladybug, cockroach and grasshopper. They have wings as well as legs, so they walk and fly. Now we need to tabulate crawl and creep animals, earthworm, snail, only walk, scorpion, centipede, walk and fly, housefly, ladybug. Now write the names of the animals: housefly, butterfly, honeybee, cockroach, ant, earthworm, dragonfly, grasshopper. Now we are going to move on to the birds. So what birds do you see around you? So we can see owl, weavebird, myna, pigeon, sunbird, crow, hen, tailor bird, peacock, cock, sparrow, parakeet, woodpecker. As to speak parts of a pigeon: beak, wings, claws, tail. Group the birds observed based on size: small birds, tailor bird, weaver bird, sparrow; medium, hen, owl; big, peacock. Who am I? I am black in color and make a caw sound, crow. I am green in color and have a red beak, parrot. I make holes on tree trunks, woodpecker. I am awake at night, owl. I wake you up in the morning, cock. Color and label the parts of the parakeet: beak, wings, claws, tail. Domestic animals. Some animals like cow, bull, goat, dog, cat, hen and duck, they live with us either on the farm or at home, and we take care of them, but they help us in many ways. So we call them as domestic animals. For example, cow, it eats grass, gives birth to its young ones, feeds its calf, gives us milk, and is friendly with us. So here we have parts of cow: horn, ear, tail, hoof. Label the parts of a goat: horn, ear, tail, hoof. Now we are going to talk about wild animals. So some animals live in the forest, so we call them as wild animals. So Balu's family went to a tiger reserve, and here are some animals they saw in the tiger reserve. So here there's a question: find 10 animals. We have already marked some of them. Okay, learning check. Label the bird: beak, wing, tail, claws. Write two body parts of the goat and fish: horns, hooves, fin, scale. Look at the picture and talk. Name this small animal: grasshopper. How does it move, walk and jump? Circle the animal that does not crawl: grasshopper. Number the picture 1 to 4. Fill the water in the pot, boil, then strain, and then keep it closed for drinking purpose. Next, color red for the actions that pollute the air and water, which we have already colored. Now this is a learning journey, what and all we have learned. Appreciate the diversity of animal life and groups animals in various ways. Recognizes how light, air, water and soil help life and follows ways to protect them. Understand and follow safety rules at home and school and in the community. Classifies objects using the five senses. Collaborates with classmates and learns to express his or her feelings in various situations, participate in the daily routine of family and helps elderly people. So you have done a great job. Thank you.